As we continue being effusive in our February 11th meeting, I now get to introduce Gene Herschel, our second speaker of the evening. Gene is a multi-talented young man. He's a business owner, a photographer, a reporter. He's my good friend. He's also my partner in Central Studios. And recently, Gene had a very interesting experience. He went to China, and while he was there, Gene conducted classes and also personal hypnosis sessions in China. Maybe after the meeting, we'll tell you a little bit more about that. Today, Gene is honoring us with his version of speech number 5 out of the Competent Communication Manual, which is called Your Body Speaks. Gene's title tonight is What is Real? Please help me welcome Gene Herschel.
Okay, let's just move this over here for a second. So, everybody of course knows what reality is, right? Well, what is reality? Several people at the earlier speeches said things that they stated as what is real to them. For example, when Greg was asking for comments about the economy and about all his topics, people stated, well, this is very important. This is the real issue here. Everything else is not important. No, this issue is the real issue. So the question becomes, obviously reality is different to all of us. But isn't that against the definition of what reality actually is? Isn't reality supposed to be something on the outside? Right? But what is it? Is reality on the inside or is it on the outside? How many people think it's on the inside? How many people think reality is on the outside? How many people have arms? How many people can do this? There we go.
Now what was the question?
Now, how many people think reality is on the outside? How many people think it's on the inside? Okay? Of course, reality, from the way we use the word, usually refers to something on the outside. And it's always on the inside. Because my reality is not your reality is not your reality, and your reality is not your reality. They're different. Everyone hearing what I'm saying and experiencing my speech, and to those of you on the internet who will experience my speech, it's going to be a different experience. If all of you watch this on video, you'll say, that's not what I remembered. So how could reality be on the outside? Reality is a cousin of something called belief. And this is interesting when it comes to personal change and things that you want to do, for example, giving good speeches. It's not what's outside that matters, it's what's inside that matters when we're giving a speech. I gave a speech a while ago about how not to give a good speech, and I made references to what we think of as the audience. As we make changes to how we perceive the audience, we can give a better, more effusive speech. Ooh, got that one. Why is that though? Because our brain doesn't know the difference from what's out there to what's in here. How's that possible? Your tools of perceiving reality are your 5 senses, filtered by your belief system. So for example, if someone says, well here, this thing is true, and you say, no, it's not, because your belief system does not allow that information through. We ever hear people that say they saw a ghost? Well, people that saw a ghost are people that believe it's possible. The people that don't believe it's possible say it was just a flash of light. It's not what's out there. It's our perception of that moment of what's out there, combined with our filtering mechanism called our belief system. So how can we utilize our belief system to get a better sense of who we are and where we want to go? Well, the first thing we need to do, believe it or not, is understand what our beliefs are and which ones are useful. One example I give to people of how you can utilize your belief systems is you walk up to someone on the street who's a very, very powerful Wall Street person and say, you are supposed to be a bum. That is your fate. And if they believe you, then they start doubting themselves and they start getting really bad trades, and suddenly they start drinking and then they start doing drugs. And what happens? Their life goes down the hill. But if you meet a bum and you say, you are destined to be the dean of a college, and if somehow he believes you and starts taking action in his life, he will get very different results and eventually possibly even become the dean of a college, or if not, at least be in a position where he's much more successful than where he was. So if you believe that you're supposed to be a bum on the street, then you're going to filter your perception of what's real in very different ways than if you believe you're supposed to be rich. And if you believe you're supposed to be rich, and rich to you means having 2 healthy children and a lovely wife and a happy home and doing something that you truly believe in, then that is the important belief. That is the important filter. That is our reality. Our reality becomes, yes, we are rich. But it is, in fact, that filter. And if you examine your belief systems and say, I believe this thing, but is this, whether or not it's real doesn't matter. Is it useful to you? Making a list of what you believe on a specific goal is also a key to achieving that goal. For example, if you start making beliefs about your ability to get new members into Toastmaster, and your beliefs are, oh, it's a lot of work and it's going to be very difficult, what are your chances of succeeding? Compared with saying, hey, this is going to be fun and I'm going to get to meet new people. How is that going to affect your ability to bring people into Toastmasters? Or to reach out to corporations, or to reach out to people, friends of friends that you might know, and say, hey, you know what? This is a great group. We're warm, we're loving people, we're accepting people, and you can learn. And it's almost free. You pay for dinner, and you get a welcome with all these nice people, and you get to be here.